How's it going, guys? I'm your host, J-Rods. I'm with my co-host, Chris.
What's up, people?
We are at the Build Different Boulevard, powered by Speedology at the Charlotte Auto Show. Today we have Hotchkis Suspension. For the people that don't know you yet, you mind introducing yourself and the company you're representing here today?
Yeah, I'm John Hotchkis, and so excited to be here and with all these cool cars and at the Build Different Boulevard that really adds the horsepower to this auto show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, how did you get started in the suspension industry?
That's a great question. Got started over 30 years ago. I was racing cars. I raced them all over Europe and the U.S. and at that time it was like whatever people, when you have automotive passion, especially, you want to race, you want to build things, always into racing and so on. But the one constant about racing was that everybody had good horsepower in their engines. But you put a microphone in front of a driver and you said, well, why didn't you win, or what happened? And they said, I just didn't have the handling. I couldn't get there, and I couldn't win.
Yeah.
And so being in racing for so long, I just took that theme and said, hey, let's make cars on the street really optimize handling. And what is the widest group of cars that really need help, that are so cool, fast in a straight line? American muscle cars.
Right.
And so started with Chevelles and GTOs and then Buick Grand Nationals and just kept going and more platforms. And to this day, we still make everything classic, handle like new, and everything new, handle even better.
Wow, that is amazing.
Oh yeah.
So, how long did it take for you guys to get set up for any specific brand of car? Like, how long does that take technically?
At the start it took much longer because, hey, everything was new and we didn't really have the formula as to what worked but once we got a good database of car weights, corner weights, really tire sizes, really spring rates, what we needed, shock valving, really it's the whole recipe. It's like making a cake or a dinner or whatever it is. You get the right disciplines, you get all the right stuff, then you have the menu to make the whole kit. And to answer your question, it still takes about 9 months to start, 10 months to start from start to finish.
Would that be like a brand or just a specific car?
That would be a platform.
A platform.
So whatever. We'll take the Buick that I brought today, '86 Buick Grand National. It has our springs, our shocks by Fox, our sway bars, rear suspension package, front A-arms. But all of that needs to be designed. You have to know where the four corners of the car are, how much they weigh, how much tire contact patch, what happens to that during an alignment. And then you get the basics, you figure out with the car that what it really needs to do. Old cars need performance. Today's performance alignment,
right,
because the tires are so new and so good. You want to make sure the old car will use that tire. Anyway, you just go through your steps. We do track testing. We do autocross, skid pads, slalom, and road course, but also tons of street and tons of corners, canyons, whatever we can. And then you get it all, and then you put the whole package together, and then it's ready. But there's a lot to it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's a lot of R&D in order to get a good product out.
I would assume it gets really intense, especially when you get into the details of trying to get a specific platform up to par to do those slaloms or cornering, right? It's a lot of engineering and R&D, I would assume.
It really is. And then also there's another thing. You can make whatever car you see around here. You can make one kit and go, okay, I'm going to make that car handle or go off-road or whatever it is. But then to make that so that people can put that on their cars, or shops can do it. So you have to have all the hardware, all the bushings, the brackets, and instructions, so that it really is a successful project from opening the box to driving the car.
Right. The Buick that you guys brought today, tell us something about that. Is that something how long was that process? Was that a long process to get that R&D up and going, or was that already implemented from the get?
Well, luckily we'd already done that car years and years ago. When it first started, we Buick Grand Nationals, so fast at the drag strip, so great, but with 90-10 shocks and whatever slick tires in the back or whatever the full drag race setup at the time, it wasn't very much fun driving at the drag strip.
I wouldn't think so.
And most people drive their cars in the street and maybe they go to the track, but not often.
Right.
And so anyway, I was kind of fast forward all this time. I met Bobby Allison, the NASCAR driver.
Okay.
Oh, wow, cool.
Incredible guy. I mean, I worshiped him as a young guy because his driving was so amazing and such a wonderful personality. But then to meet him and to be in his living room having a beer with him and on Lake Norman and then he says, "I've got something to show you."
Oh boy, here we go.
And that was the Grand National. And I always wanted one. And when he finally said, "I'm going to sell it," I said, "Don't sell to anybody else. I'll be right over." And then now I have Bobby Allison's 86 Grand National.
That
And
feeling must be incredible. Like
It's
just to have a real race car driver's personal collection car, right? And getting that now it's yours.
yes.
How do you feel about going forward? I mean, is it something you want to preserve, or is it? Do you want to put your own touch on that?
That's such a great question because, I go from, okay, I want to put my own touch on it, which we have. It has all of our suspension, as I explained. And then we just did a new cooling system and steering. And so we're making it the best of today's car. But still, I have the 15-inch wheels.
Yeah.
I don't want to take those off. BFG radial TAs, which are not the best tire, but they're period
correct. Yeah.
And I don't know. I just, when you put 18s on those, I love my new cars, but I don't like it on a Grand National.
Yeah, there's a certain aspect when you got older vehicles, your 80s and your 90s cars, you want to keep that classic look, that period correct look, right? And we're big JDM guys, right? So when I look at it, my favorite car of all time is the NSX, Acura NSX.
Yes.
So when you start to modify, it looks great modified, but there's also a love that you can see when it was coming off the factory floor. Type R, it's just perfect as is. You don't want to touch anything. So I get it. Yeah.
Exactly. So to really answer your question too, and then it's because it's Bobby Allison's car.
Yeah.
I still have his personalized license plate. That's Bobby and Judy 86 Grand National, and
Wow.
and so I just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I want to keep it his car, keep the soul of Bobby's car, but just improve incrementally so it's more fun to drive.
You hear that, Bobby? He wants to improve your car.
I feel like I'm like a caretaker of this car. I'm not like the owner where I can just go saws the fenders. And
No, don't do that.
No.
John, don't do that, please. On a Buick National, don't do that, please.
And so anyway, I'm just honored to
Oh, yeah.
own it and really take care of it.
Awesome.
So I got,
Go ahead.
oh, no, go ahead.
Do
I was
you-
going to
do you
ask
have-
about a business
Do you
question.
have any other other desired cars like the Buick National? Is there another car, another brand, another platform that you're saying I need to have?
No,
or do you have it?
Well, I have a wonderful 71 Camaro.
Okay.
With a 383, and it's pretty old school. It's made to autocross, but it has 315 tires on the back, 275s in front. It's got 14-inch rotors, Stop Tech calipers all around it, all of our suspension, and it cruises great, but it corners unbelievably. And we've gone through all of that, all the fuel system, the oil system, road race oil pan. I mean, just to make it the best street track car possible. And then I had my favorite car, and all the cars that we've done, and there's been so many, was 70 Dodge Challenger.
Oh, that's my dad's.
Called,
That's my
called
dad's.
Emax. And oh my gosh, we had that car for probably a dozen years, and it was stolen a few years ago at Myrtle Beach.
Oh,
no.
And the
Were you guys able to recover it?
whole truck and trailer. It was about 2 years after that it finally appeared. And funny enough, down in Matthews. And then there's kind of a interesting time where the insurance company paid us off, and then we thought we'd never hear about it again. And then it just recently resurfaced, and there was a broker in Statesville who sold it on Bring a Trailer. And but here's the crazy part: that car When we had it, it was Challenger TA yellow with black, 340
Right.
with a 6-pack. I mean, just an awesome car. We did autocross rides with it, track days. We really let people know if you have a Mopar that you can handle well and have a great fun with the car. Anyway, it came full circle. So the person, the family that ordered it from the dealer back in 70, purchased it again on Bring a Trailer.
No way.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's
What are the
crazy.
odds?
That's wild.
What are the odds?
That's such a small world.
And, so we keep track of it, and I'm glad it's out there.
And you still get to see it and service it?
Yeah, no, well, it's. I think it's going back to Pennsylvania, but anyway, there were 2 Hot Wheels made of that car.
Really?
We did YouTube videos. We did so much with it.
It
was great.
That is so cool.
But well, I'll tell you, there's so many cars. I mean, we could have a show here just on things that we build and modify.
We'll be here for another hour.
Exactly. But one of my favorite cars that we really worked hard on is IS300.
Really?
And because
Really?
we're not known for Euro or JDM, but we make the most aggressive sway bars in the market for IS300s.
Oh, yeah.
And for SRT4 neons.
Yeah.
And then all the infinities from
I was about to say,
all the fun
yeah.
infinities.
I was really, when I was getting my suspension done, I saw the Hotchkis suspension. I was like, man, I really need to get that. I need to get that going. So I know it's out there. So you guys got a big market on that portion there.
And also BMW do everything from E36, E46, all the way E90.
Yeah.
You know, we did, and we're lucky because we're not owned by a big corporation, so we can make really great aggressive sway bars that are so good for track days, autocross, but also street cruising too.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's cool.
So for somebody that is like myself, I have a 370Z, a Nissan, and I'm swapping a 2JZ and a single turbo for like a drag car, like 1400 horsepower. What would I need to do in order to get the right suspension for that car to be valved correctly?
Well, you really have to say, okay, are you going to build it as a drag car, but is it solely going to be a drag car? Will it be a street car?
Street, and I could go to the track and have fun.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what you have to. If it's solely a drag car, you'd make it so that it was not very streetable.
Yeah.
but if it's a full street car, it's not going to be the best drag car.
Right.
So you have to say, okay, from the spring rates, the shock valving, tires, and so on, engine tune, and so on. Where am I going with it? And then you just build it to the very best, combining what you like. We see so many that go put a tune on it that pops and
No, I don't like that.
And blows flames, but it's not great for
the engine, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it hurts
exactly.
It hurts the engine.
Yes.
So
It sounds great. I mean, my generation, I'm not crazy. I don't like it. I'm not crazy about it. But the generation now, they just love the pops and bangs, and
Yes.
it is what it is. It's a generational change every point. So
Exactly. And I think you have to look at it philosophically. Hey, it's not great for the car, but at least it gets people enthused about our
Yeah.
industry.
yeah, definitely.
Well, you got some of those cars where the wheels are super stance, and they're like
Yes,
this. and
yes.
That's not great for the car, but they like it.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And we do a lot of my tech guys and our sales team. We do a ton of just talking to people about where should their tires be. Like too much camber, it just it may look cool for a car show, but it's horrible. So you want horrible in the driving.
Yeah.
So we feel you want to have a car that's really cool, but also that it's fun to get there and it's safe,
Yeah,
and it makes that driving enjoyment better.
yeah, that makes sense.
If you're driving down the road and it's you're bottoming out and sparks are coming off the car.
Then you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, to each their own, I guess, but it's not the greatest feeling.
Right. And we put a lot of money and time into our cars.
Oh yeah.
You're just destroying it. You just kind of throwing your money away because now you dragging the whole under the car on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oil pan could go, transmission pan could go, subframe.
But
this is
you're not doing
so
that
huge.
to the National though.
No, nope.
You're not cutting up fenders, right? Please don't do
No cutting fenders. We're keeping it as it is.
So I wanted to ask you, with so many different suspension companies out and so many companies that kind of make cheaper parts, does that hurt your part of the business?
It does. That's a great question as well. Because when we came to market so many years ago, we said, okay, how do we make the very best products? How do we make, always like mountain bike and motorcycle parts. You know, nothing cooler than a mountain bike that has the right frame and the great welding and great tube bends and so on. And then good CNC machine parts. And we always like those for car parts, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
To make quality, make really good parts. So when somebody comes in from China with the cheap knockoffs, the company doesn't know why we did things. Why did we make that camber curve? Why did we put lower A-arm farther out, lengthen the lower, shorten the top for better camber curve, or how much caster we give it? They just optimizing whatever it is. So they're just copying. They don't know why. And if it's too expensive to make it just like ours, they cut corners. So therefore you don't get as good a part. But we're constantly having to remind people, really educate. It's you know, we always say buy quality, and you spend so much on these cars now, it's crazy to cheap out on something that's so vital to the project.
And people don't realize it's like your suspension and your tires and wheels is what's keeping you on the road.
It is.
So if you cheap out on that, you're really kind of playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, I think everyone focuses on big power, big engine, but like you forget suspension, brakes. You know,
Yes.
him and I have a little thing going back and forth, right? at one point, his car is making 600-700 horses, right? And I said, when are you going to upgrade your brakes? You're still on OEM brakes. Oh no, you know they're fine. I don't think they are, but it's a running joke between him and I. So.
Yeah, no, I mean the first time when you really get on it, and then all of a sudden traffic stops or whatever, and your eyes get this big, and you say,
It's important.
"Oh man."
So I mean, you just got to respect the car at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew what I had, and I knew not to be
That's true.
dumb, and like put myself in a situation where I could hurt somebody, I'll fold myself.
Yes.
So like I'll just always
Yeah.
be aware that my brakes, after the good 2 hard stops, they will like start being a little finicky.
Yeah, you know what?
Well,
I
those with
agree.
suspension too.
And
right?
what do you guys think of this? You've been here doing the podcasts and with Tamsin, and it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is my first time ever being at a auto show. So the fact that she was able to host this event within the auto show and bring the community together to check out what we all love, which is modifying cars, I think it's great. It was a great idea, great concept.
Yeah, Tamps is great when she brings the culture together like this. And I'm always a big proponent on having culture being at the forefront of everything, and having this at the Charlotte Auto Show, it brings awareness to the whole community. Like this is the heart and soul of culture. Like this is what it is, and having vendors and companies like Hotchkis coming out and then supporting that. To me that's a big thing. That's huge. Yeah.
I agree, and people will say, and I'd like to know your opinion. People will say, well, car culture, it's waning, it's dead, or whatever. I don't think that's true at all. We as companies and in media, we just have to keep letting people know why this is so good.
Yeah.
Why, build this, Martini Cayenne, or look at the Garage 56 Hendrick race car Camaro, or the Porsche or the Grand National, or whatever it is. Why be involved in this? And there's so many great reasons to be.
Yeah, aspects of car culture transfer over to what's on the opposite side of this facility, right? You've got OEM vendors and manufacturers over there that take our parts, right, our Hotchkis parts, and implement them into their mainline manufacturing, and that's the whole story, I think, right?
I agree, and it's all about automotive personalization too.
That too. Yeah,
and what people love, and we just have to keep cultivating that excitement.
Yeah, I think having a car modify is a great extension of who you are, in a way, because like it's just your personal, like you might like purple, or you might like blue or white or whatever it is that you put together, and for you it's the greatest thing ever. Somebody else might not like it, but that's okay because you're building your car for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think people need to understand that nowadays, instead of like bickering so much and always judging somebody for that.
And as we look out, I mean, you look at the crowd, and what's cool to me is you see so many young people, so many families.
Yeah.
And they're here looking at all of our cars, and that is great.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing. People are just gonna come and be like, oh, the car community, maybe it isn't what is being portrayed out there by some. It's just, we just love modifying cars. We love driving. We love going to the track, and that's what it's all about.
It is true, and it's the car culture. Isn't it fun? I mean, you can be in a JD, you like a Skyline, or you can like a 356 Porsche or whatever. But when you come together, it is so much fun just to talk, because everybody has, it levels the whole playing field. And you like talk about. I like to hear what you're doing, and we all have the same excitement, and hopefully we can spread that out to more people here.
Yeah, that was the whole reason behind, like, we decided to do the podcast. That's why it's called Watch Your Drive, just to find out what struggles some of, enthusiasts go through to get a part, to get a business started. Like, people don't know the background. Normally you go to a car show and then you see the cool car. You never talk to the owner, because they always like walking around looking at other people's cars. So we decided to open up a platform where we could have these conversations with people like yourself and others out there, so they could tell their story and hopefully, get it out there to people to watch.
Well, I certainly appreciate being here and talking to you guys. This has been great.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's been awesome. Thank you for taking the time. And for people that want to look you up, where can they find you on social media and online?
It's easy. We're in Morrisville, North Carolina, and you can find us at hotchkis.net. That's HOTCHKIS.net, or call us up, and we're happy to talk cars with you. And hey, we'll see you on the road.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. Again, huge shout out to Speedology for hosting the Build Different Boulevard at the Charlotte Auto Show. We'll catch you guys in the next interview.
Take care.
Later.
Thanks, John.
All right.